Hello students, welcome to our live APS classes, and as all we know that this is our foundation course especially for the students from 9 to 12. And in our today's live lecture we will continue with our new chapter, that is reproductive health, and this chapter is for class 12th. And today we will start with our part number 1 regarding this chapter, and there are important 15 questions or 15 MCQ questions or objective questions regarding this chapter that are to be discussed in our part number 1. And this is the syllabus for term 1, that is to be held in November 2021. So welcome to all the students who join with us our live APS classes. Reproductive health. Our main topic today's live video lecture is of reproductive health, and there are important 15 questions. And our first question regarding this chapter is, which of the following is ART? First question is, which of the following is ART? And your options are IUDS, B GIFT, C ZIFT, and D is both B and C. So which of the following is ART? Options are IUDS, GIFT, ZIFT, and both B and C. So here 4 options regarding this chapter, and you have to identify ART. So beta here ART is both GIFT and ZIFT. GIFT is the gamete intrafallopian tube, and Z is zygote intrafallopian tube. So here ART is both GIFT as well as ZIFT. So here both B and C are the correct options for the question, that is which of the following is ART. So here ZIFT and GIFT both are ART. So here option D is the right answer for the question number 1. Next is your question number 2, and your question number 2 is, the technique called gamete intrafallopian transfer, that is GIFT, is recommended for those females. Option A is who cannot produce an ovum, B who cannot retain the fetus inside the uterus, C who cannot provide suitable environment for the fertilization, and D is all of these. So here I repeat this question again. The technique called gamete intrafallopian transfer, that is GIFT, is recommended for those females either who cannot produce an ovum, who cannot retain the fetus inside the uterus, who cannot provide suitable environment for the fertilization, and D is all of these. So you have to choose the right answer for the question number 2. So beta, this technique, that is GIFT, that is gamete intrafallopian transfer, is recommended for those females who cannot produce an ovum. Who cannot, good evening Ishant beta, who cannot produce an ovum. तो बेटा GIFT एक ऐसी टेक्निक है जो कि स्पेशली उन फीमेल्स के लिए एप्लीकेबल है, दोज फीमेल्स हु कैन नॉट प्रोड्यूस एन ओवम, जो कि ओवम प्रोड्यूस नहीं कर पाते हैं फीमेल्स, उनके लिए स्पेशली जो ये टेक्निक है, दैट इज GIFT, दैट इज गैमीट इंट्राफेलोपियन ट्रांसफर. So this technique is applicable only for those females who cannot produce an ovum. So here option A is the right answer for the question number 2. Next is your question number 3, and your question number 3 is, very good Ishant beta, बिल्कुल सही आंसर है. Which method can be used for women that cannot produce ovum but can provide suitable environment? Which method can be used for the woman that cannot produce the ovum but can provide the suitable environment? Options are IUD, B GIFT, C IUI, and D is ICSI. So here this is the question, that is which method can be used for the woman who cannot produce an ovum, जो कि ओवम को प्रोड्यूस तो नहीं कर पाते हैं बट दे कैन प्रोड्यूस अ सुटेबल एनवायरनमेंट। तो इनमें से कौन सा मेथड है जो कि स्पेशली उन वुमेन्स के लिए यूज किया जाता है जो कि ओवम को प्रोड्यूस नहीं कर पाते हैं बट दे कैन प्रोड्यूस अ सुटेबल एनवायरनमेंट। तो आईयूडी है, जीआईएफटी है, आईयूआई है, एज वेल एज आईसीएसआई। So it is your question number 3. So beta here GIFT, that is gamete GIFT. This is your question number 3. Which method can be used? Yes, GIFT, that is gamete intrafallopian transfer. So here beta, gamete intrafallopian transfer is the method that can be used especially for those women who cannot produce an ovum but they can produce a suitable environment. So here option B is the right answer, that is GIFT. Very good Ishant beta. So GIFT, that is gamete intrafallopian transfer, is the method that is used for the women who cannot produce an ovum but they can produce a suitable environment. Next is your question number 4, and your question number 4 is which of these can be used to cure infertility in couples where male partner has very low sperm count? Which of these can be used to cure infertility, especially in couples where male partner has very low sperm count? Option A is IUD, B GIFT, C IUI, and D is none of these. So here it is your question number 4. क्वेश्चन नंबर 4, बिल्कुल सही आंसर दिया ईशांत बेटे ने। तो बेटे जो मेथड स्पेशली यूज किया जाता है टू क्योर द इनफर्टिलिटी स्पेशली इन कपल्स वेयर द मेल partner has very low sperm count, and that method can be used is the IUI. This is the method that can be used to cure infertility in the couples where male has very low sperm count. That technique is IUI. So here option C is the right answer for the question number 4. Next is your question number 5, and your question number 5 is the method of directly injecting a sperm into ovum is assisted reproductive technology is called ART, and the full form of ART, that is assisted reproductive technology. So the method of directly injecting a sperm into an ovum, ऐसा method जिसमें directly sperms को inject किया जाता है ovum में, and with the help of the technique that is assisted reproductive technology, and that method is known as option A is GIFT, B ZIFT, C ICSI, and D is ET. It is the question number 5. The method of directly injecting a sperm into ovum is assisted reproductive technology is called either GIFT, ZIFT, ICSI, as well as ET. So you have to choose the right option for the question number 5. So beta ICSI. This is the method that is directly injecting a sperm into an ovum in assisted reproductive technology. So that technique is known as ICSI. So here option C is the right answer for the question number 5. Next is your question number 6, and your question number 6 is increased IMR and decreased MMR in a population will. Increased IMR and decreased MMR in a population will. Option A is cause rapid increase in growth rate, B result in decline in growth rate, C not cause significant change in the growth rate, and D is result in an explosive population. So increase IMR and decreases MMR in a population will either cause rapid increase in the growth rate, results in the decline in growth rate, not causes significant change in the growth rate, as well as results in an explosive population. ये ईशांत बेटे ने आंसर दे दिया है। वेल डन ईशांत बेटा, बिल्कुल। और ईशांत बेटे ने दिया है आंसर दैट इज नॉट कॉज सिग्निफिकेंट चेंज इन द ग्रोथ रेट. बट हियर बेटा increase IMR and decreases MMR. Increase IMR and decrease MMR in a population will result in decline in growth rate. Decline in growth rate. So here beta option B is the right answer for the question number 6. Not cause significant change in the growth rate, but increase IMR and decrease MMR in a population will result in decline in the growth rate. So here option B is the right answer for the question number 6. Next is your question number 7, and your question number 7 is intensely lactating mothers do not generally conceive due to them. Intensely lactating mothers do not generally conceive due to the option A is suppression of gonadotropins, B hypersecretion of gonadotropins, C suppression of gametic transport, and D is suppression of fertilization. So intensely lactating mothers do not generally conceive due to options are suppression of the gonadotropins, B hypersecretion of the gonadotropins, C suppression of the gametic transport, and D is suppression of fertilization. So which is the right answer for the question number 7? Yes beta. So beta intensely lactating mothers do not generally, वो lactating mothers जो होते हैं वो generally conceive नहीं करते हैं due to the suppression of the gonadotropins. Suppression of gonadotropins. So here beta option A is the right answer for the question number 7. That is suppression of the gonadotropins. So intensely lactating mothers do not generally conceive due to the suppression of the gonadotropins, not hypersecretion of the gonadotropins, not suppression of the gametic transport, as well as not suppression of the fertilization. Next is your question number 8, और ईशांत बेटे ने बिल्कुल सही आंसर दिया इसका. Question number 8 is a national level approach to build up a reproductively healthy society was taken up in our country in a national level approach to build up a reproductively healthy society was taken up in our country in 1950s, 1960s, 1980s, and 1990s. A national level approach to build up a reproductively healthy society was taken up in our country, especially in 1950s, 1960s, 1980s, as well as 1990s. और ईशांत बेटे ने आंसर दे दिया है क्वेश्चन नंबर 8 का. बिल्कुल सही आंसर दिया है बेटे. National level approach to build up a reproductively healthy society was taken up in our country in 1950s. बिल्कुल सही आंसर दिया है ईशांत बेटे ने. वेल डन ईशांत बेटा. in 1950s. Next is the question number 9, and your question number 9 is emergency contraceptives are effective if used within option A 72 hours of coitus, B 72 hours of ovulation, C 72 hours of menstruation, and D is 72 hours of implantation. Emergency contraceptives are effective if used within either 72 hours of coitus, 72 hours of ovulation, 72 hours of menstruation, as well as 72 hours of implantation. So what is the right option for the question number 9? So जो emergency contraceptives है that are effective if used within 72 hours of coitus. 72 hours of coitus. 72 hours of coitus. So here beta emergency contraceptives are effective if used within 72 hours of the coitus. Well done Nishant beta. So here option A is the right answer for the question number 9. Next is your question number 10, and your question number 10 is from the sexually transmitted diseases mentioned below, identify the one which does not specifically affect the sex organs. Option A is syphilis, B AIDS, C gonorrhea, and D is genital warts. From the sexually transmitted diseases mentioned below, identify the one which does not specifically affect the sex organs. And your options are syphilis, AIDS, gonorrhea, as well as genital warts. And it is your question number 10. तो बेटा जो सेक्सुअली ट्रांसमिटेड डिजीजेज हैं, अब ये हमें नीचे जो दिए गए हैं, दीज आर द सेक्सुअली ट्रांसमिटेड डिजीजेज, और उसमें से आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना है कि कौन है दैट डज नॉट स्पेसिफिकली अफेक्ट द सेक्स ऑर्गन्स. तो ओनली बेटा, नो बेटा, not genital warts but only AIDS, that is acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. So here beta, only AIDS is the sexually transmitted disease that cannot affect the sex organs. So here AIDS is the right answer for the question number 10. That is option B is the right answer for the question number 10. So all these are the sexually transmitted diseases, and out of these sexually transmitted diseases, AIDS is the disease which does not specifically affect the sex organs. So here option B is the right answer for the question number 10. Next is your question number 11, and your question number 11 is condoms are one of the most popular contraceptives because of the following reasons. Option A is these are effective barriers for insemination. B, they do not interfere with coital act. C, these help in reducing the risk of STDs, that is sexually transmitted diseases, and D is all of the above. So it is the question number 11. So beta, condoms are the most popular contraceptives because of the different reasons. First reason is these are the effective barriers of the insemination. Second one is they do not interfere with the coital act, and the third one is they help in reducing the risk of the sexually transmitted diseases. So here all these options are correct options regarding condoms are one of the most popular contraceptives because of these following reasons, and the reasons are they are effective barriers for the insemination, they do not interfere with the coital act, and D is these help in reducing the risk of the sexually transmitted diseases. So here option D is the right answer for the question number 11. Question number 11. Next is your question number 12, and your question number 12 is the correct surgical procedure as a contraceptive method is option A is ovariotomy, B hysterectomy, C vesicotomy, and D is castration. The correct surgical procedure as a contraceptive method is ovariotomy, B hysterectomy, C vesicotomy, and D is castration. So here it is your question number 12. बिल्कुल सही आंसर दिया ईशांत बेटे ने. द करेक्ट सर्जिकल प्रोसीजर एज अ कॉन्ट्रासेप्टिव मेथड इज वेस्कोटॉमी. Vesicotomy. So here option C is the right answer for the question number 12. Next is your question number 13, and your question number 13 is RCH stands for. Option A is routine checkup of health, B reproductive cum hygiene, C reversible contraceptive hazards, C reproductive and child health care. So which is the correct option? That is RCH stands for. तो RCH जो स्टैंड करता है बेटे, that is not for the routine checkup of the health, not for the reproduction cum hygiene, and not reversible contraceptive hazards, but RCH stands for reproductive and child health care. Child health care. This is the right option for the question number 13, that is RCH stands for reproductive and child health care. Next is your question number 14, and your question number 14 is aminosynthesis is a technique used in option A is determine errors in amino acid metabolism in embryo, B Pinpoint specific cardiac ailments in embryo. C. Determine any hereditary genetic abnormality in embryo. And D is all of these. So here amniosynthesis is a technique, and that technique is specially used in either determine the errors in the amino acid metabolism in embryo. B. Either pinpoint specific cardiac ailments in the embryo. C. Determine any hereditary genetic abnormality in the embryo. So here it is the question number 14. तो बेटा जो एमिनोसिंथेसिस है ये एक ऐसा टेक्निक है दैट हेल्प्स टू डिटरमाइन एरर्स इन द अमाइनो एसिड मेटाबॉलिज्म इन एम्ब्रॉय. तो एमिनोसिंथेसिस एक ऐसा टेक्निक है जिसकी हेल्प से हम डिटरमाइन कर सकते हैं एरर्स को, स्पेशली दैट एरर्स अकर्स इन द अमाइनो एसिड मेटाबॉलिज्म in case of the embryo. So here amniosynthesis is a technique used in determine errors in amino acid metabolism in embryo. So here option A is the right answer for the question number 14. And this is our last question for our today's live video lecture. That is our question number 15 regarding this chapter, that is reproductive health, and this is our part number 1. And your question is, which of the following cannot be defective in developing fetus by amniosynthesis? बिल्कुल सही आंसर है शांत बेटे. Which of the following cannot be which of the following cannot be defected in a developing fetus by amniosynthesis? Option is jaundice, B. Down syndrome, C. Cystic fibrosis, and D is color blindness. So which of the following cannot be detected in a developing fetus by amniosynthesis? Options are jaundice, Down syndrome, cystic fibrosis, and color blindness. So here beta, which of the following can be detected? ठीक है, इनमें से कौन है जिसको डिटेक्ट किया जा सकता है स्पेशली इन द डेवलपिंग फीटस बाय द प्रोसेस ऑफ एमिनोसिंथेसिस? So that is jaundice, not Down syndrome, not cystic fibrosis, not color blindness, but only jaundice is the disease that can be detected in a developing fetus by amniosynthesis. So here beta we Ishant beta बिल्कुल सही आंसर दिया है. So here beta we complete important 15 top objective questions or MCQ questions regarding this chapter, that is the reproductive health, and this is our part number 1. So once again, good night to all the students who join with us our live APS classes. कल हम आपके साथ नए लाइव वीडियो लेक्चर के साथ नए क्वेश्चंस के साथ दोबारा मिलेंगे. तब तक आप इन क्वेश्चंस को गो थ्रू करें और रिवाइज करें.